Hello crafty friends, it's Jess from jesscrafts.com, and today I'm here with another modification of the Lawn Fawn Woodland Critters die set. When you purchase the die set, Lawn Fawn gives you several suggestions, and you can go to their website so you can see a way to make a bunch of different critters. However, I have kind of challenged myself to make some different critters, make some other critters. I mean, Lawn Fawn kind of said when they released it, we know you guys are going to come up with some other really awesome critters with this set, can't wait to see it. And so I kind of took that as a bit of a personal challenge to add some value to my die set. And so today I'll be making this pig. I'm sure a lot of you can figure out what I did just by looking at the finished pig, but I'm going to try to walk you through a few of the modification steps that I made. And I had a fun time with my mom and sister talking about different animals we could make, and they challenged me to make a few different animals. So there have already been a few videos where I've shared other animals, and there'll be more videos to come. But you can also leave me a comment below asking, kind of suggesting an animal to try. Like, oh, how can you make us, such and such with it? And I found that it's actually a lot easier than I thought to come up with some of the modifications, because there were animals that I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to make this. And, when my mom and sister challenged me, and then I was able to figure it out. So I took the stitched heart and made that the pig's nose. And then the belly and the feet were just standard. I just chose to make them black for the hooves of the pig to kind of represent that they were hooves as opposed to just typical feet. But I also wanted to put the hooves on the pig's, the arms that kind of come in. Now, you could go for like a pointed hoof, as that might be a little bit more realistic, I suppose, since they don't have rounded flat hooves. But I'm also trying to accept that there's a little bit of whimsy in it, and trying to make my modifications relatively simple and not do too much fussy cutting and all that. So what I did was I die cut just the arms, and I'm only going to trim off, probably goes on this side, I'm only going to trim off just the very end, just so that they have little hooves. So you die cut 2 partial arms and then line them up and trim off 2 little hooves, and you can add that to the end. If you want to make your pig even more detailed, I would do it again and put some hooves on the inside so that when he opens his arms, he also has hooves inside as well. But that is, of course, a personal choice, how finished you want it to be. Because, you could be making quite a few of these and want to save some time. I like this pig because I think he's actually relatively easy to mass produce. When I did go to cut the 2 arms, I tried to save myself a bit of time and a bit of cardstock, and I just took 2 pieces of black scrap and I placed 1 arm on each side on my plate. And I'll actually try to show you that in a second after I get this little. You could also use liquid glue. I am using my ATG just because it's super strong and I can get it on these little pieces. But I also took Elizabeth Crafts tape and covered the background of some of my pieces with it. So like when I cut these little pink ear pieces, they're completely covered in adhesive on the back already, which saves me some time. So the tip for cutting his arms. When I put it on my cutting plate, I put 2 pieces of black scrap on each side so that when I sent it through, I was cutting 2 at one time. And you can think about how you can fit as much on your plate at one time as possible, like 2 pieces of black scrap, and you could be cutting out a couple pink pieces in the corner or things like that. I liked the pig in 2 different colors of pink so that he had a darker pink belly, darker pink ears, and a darker pink nose. And for the tail, I am willing to say this is probably not the most realistic tail, and some people might come up with a better idea, or you could fussy cut a tail that is a little bit more accurate. But while I was making these, I challenged myself to use the dies that the kit comes, so that the die set comes with, as much as possible. I tried to do as many things, as many elements as I could with just the dies and layering them together or doing partial die cutting just so that you felt like it was really truly something you could do with the die set and not have to add a bunch of extra stuff, because adding extra dies could turn out really, really well, and you could make probably even more critters, but I thought it was cool to see what you could do with literally just the die set. Anyway, I have a flower cut from the die set, and I'm going to come to the center of one of the petals and cut on a diagonal. And that's going to kind of create the point of my tail. And then I'm going to go over to the very next bump between them and cut straight in. And this is going to allow my pig to have his little curly tail. Now, looking at it, I didn't quite cut on the same angle as I did over there, but I still think that that works. It gives him just a little bit of a curly look to a tail. And then I would, of course, have to add some eyes. I thought that I had pre-cut some eyes for you, but I haven't, and I know you don't need to watch me attach those. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in more crafting tutorials, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Like I said before, if you want to see a specific animal, leave a comment down below and let me know what animal you want to see, and I'll also leave you some links to the products used in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day. Bye!